Mhm. There you are. Come on in. Have a seat. Remember the last time when we talked about what is an atheist? Today, we're going to talk about why I am an atheist. I have a friend coming too. We are atheists, as are many of my friends. So let's have a chat. Hello and welcome. It's so good to see all of you here today. What am I making? This is a scarf for my friend, Mama Atheist. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who are atheists, and sometimes I like to make things for them. I hope all of you are well. So let's get to what we're talking about today. Why don't I believe in any gods? Maybe some of you don't believe in gods and are wondering, why do some people believe in gods? Why does this happen? Most of you probably believe the same things that your parents believe. If you are being raised by parents who don't believe in gods, then you probably don't either. But if you are being raised by Muslim parents, you probably believe in Allah. And if you are being raised by pagan parents, you probably believe in the pagan gods. And there's lots of other gods that you could believe in as well. If you are being raised by Christian parents, then you probably believe in the Christian God. The biggest factor in determining what children believe is usually what their parents believe. Part of this is because the basis, the reason for religious belief is complicated. Most children have parents that they can trust. After all, your parents love you. They provide you with food, with clothes, and a place to live. And because your parents love you, they wouldn't lie to you about something important, like if there's a God or not, and whether or not there is life after death, and what a God or gods that you believe in want you to do. And because your parents love you and care for you, it's natural for children to believe what their parents tell them about God. When I was very young, my parents believed in a God. But when I was about 7, my parents stopped believing in God. So I was partly raised to believe in God and partly not. If your parents say there is a God, am I telling you not to believe them? Not at all. You are free to believe whatever you think is right. I believe this is the most important thing. What you think is right. To know what you believe and why you believe it. Whether you believe in gods or not, know why you believe or don't believe that there is a God. Regardless of what you believe, if the only reason you believe it is because someone told you this, that's okay. You're very young, and at your age, sometimes you have to trust people. But when you are older, there will come a time when you need to decide for yourself what you believe and why. For most people, this comes in the teenage years or in the young adult years. For me, it has been a long and winding journey. It's also okay to change your mind. You might believe one thing now, but change your mind when you are older. Or, like me, you might change your mind more than once. I changed my mind as a teenager to start believing in gods, but then as an older adult, I changed my mind again. No one has to believe something just because they always have, or because their family believes it. I will tell you more about this in a few minutes, but first, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Jyuni the Apostate. Apostate means someone who used to believe something but doesn't anymore. Let's listen to Jyuni's story, shall we?
Hi there. It's been a while, right? How have you been? Oh, good. And how are those teeth? What? You did? Whoa. That means your grown-up teeth are coming in, you know that? Oh, the tooth fairy's coming? Ah, I see. So she must have visited a couple times already, huh? Wow, $20? You're lucky. When I was a kid, I only got maybe $1 at most. Oh, no, the tooth fairy doesn't see me anymore. Nope, not her. Nope, not Santa either. Not even the Easter Bunny. Can you believe that? Why? Well, when I asked why, I was told I was too old for them. uh, well, I guess it's for the best. Do I believe in them? Well, no, not anymore. I don't have to believe, at least. Well, I figure if I can see something, and I know it's there, I might as well show it to everybody else and share it with the world, right? I don't believe in magical things anymore. I stopped believing in a lot of things. Like bad luck, good luck, superheroes and superpowers, monsters even, devils, angels, and gods. Yep, it means I don't believe in God. Well, unlike the things that I was told weren't real before, I had to find this one out on my own, by myself, without the help of Mom or Dad. It's okay to believe in whatever you want, and it's okay not to believe in anything too. I mean, you don't believe in monsters, right? Oh, well, I'm not a monster. I'm just here to clean your teeth. Oh, come on. You can do it. You just gotta believe in yourself. Hey, I think what's more important than believing in something powerful, we should start learning how to believe in ourselves. Don't you think? It's amazing all the things that we can do without the use of powers or magic.
Thank you, Jyuni. Do you believe in magic? I don't. I never did, even as a small child. It's fun to listen to stories about magic, but they're just stories. They're just make believe. Is God make believe? That is a hard question. And different people have different answers to that question. Some people would say yes, and other people would say no. I believed in God as a very young child, but I stopped believing when my parents stopped believing because I believed what they told me, and that's okay. But in my teenage years, a friend told me about the Christian God. My friend said that there was something missing in my life and that God could fill that missing part. And I believed my friend. Part of the reason I believed my friend is my friend showed me in the Bible where it said this. And my friend convinced me that the Bible was right. My friend said that if I wanted to know God, I needed to repent of my sin and pray and accept the free gift of salvation that God had to offer. So I did. And I felt like my life changed at that time. I felt like there was a God watching me and was with me. And I thought I could pray to this God. And I thought I saw answers to my prayers. If this is what you have been told, or what you believe. That's okay. I believed this for many, many years, and I felt like it was true. So if you feel like this is true and this feels good to you, that's okay. My problem came when people told me that to believe in God, I also had to believe in things that I knew were wrong. They weren't bad things, just things that I knew were not true. I'll go into more detail on that in another video because those things are much harder to understand. So I'll make those in a video for older children because some of those ideas are kind of difficult. I can't believe something that I know isn't true. I don't think anyone can. If you know something is wrong, you can say you believe it's right, but you don't really, because no one actually chooses what they believe. It's like Jyuni was talking about with the tooth fairy. If you know the tooth fairy isn't real, but your little sister believes in the tooth fairy, you pretend that you believe too. But even though you say you believe in the tooth fairy, you really don't. You're just pretending because you love your sister and you don't want to make her feel bad about what she believes. Now, if you went to bed tonight and a real tooth fairy came into your room and you saw her, then you would believe in the tooth fairy again. That's because we believe what we are convinced of. Seeing the actual tooth fairy is having evidence of a real tooth fairy. Evidence is a long word, isn't it? Evidence is something that you find to figure something out, like a mystery. Evidence is what we use to decide what we believe. If your evidence that God is real is that your mom believes that God is real, that's okay. That is your evidence for what you believe. If we want to find evidence of God, it doesn't have to be seeing God. There are other ways that we could see evidence of God. Like if someone prayed and suddenly the pandemic ended instantly, that would have to be a God, as nothing like that could happen naturally. Gods are supposed to be supernatural. So if something supernatural happens and you see it happen, that would be evidence that a God did it. But I don't see any evidence that a God exists. It's possible that there could be a God. It's possible that a God made the universe, but it's not a God with feelings about people. At least I don't think so, although I realize that other people do. But it's more like a great force.
May the force be with you.
Not that kind of force. If I ever find any evidence that a God exists, I would believe in that God. But until I do, I'll just live my life. And whether you believe in a God or gods, or you don't believe, you do the same. Live your life.